Greetings, goddamn. I don't think there's a streamer out here that starts a show and says, you know, I'm not gonna be here for long and end up being here forever. Right? Well, you know, it's kind of a thing where you're like, okay, if I could really stick within this schedule. First of all, salute to everybody, goddamn, salute to you, goddamn. I just went straight in there. You know what I'm saying? I just went straight in there. I didn't hold nothing back. But you know what I mean. You gotta do that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know that, and you know what I'm saying? You come here, you try to do something quick, and then you end up being here for a minute. You know, I have that tendency to do that, goddamn. Shout out to Love W, goddamn. Shout out to Beautiful Queen, I appreciate you. People, I don't know where you live, if you're on the West Coast or the East Coast. You do know shit has definitely been serious. You know what I'm saying? The weather has been very, you know what I mean? It's been a little rough. You know, I move with the weather. And it's funny because July weather, I don't know, July is always like it feels like summer, right? But I don't like the feeling of August because August is like the exit, and now everything that's available to you in August you didn't do in July. Like, August is the month where it reminds you that July is over. So it's kind of a sad month, and you know, like anything else, you take the good and the bad. I appreciate you. Greetings to Beautiful Queen. I appreciate you, goddamn. So, this is interesting. A lot of things have been going on. There's a lot that's been going on, and a lot of YouTubers starting to lose a lot of content. Yeah, it happens. They're getting bored. They don't really know what else to talk about, and you know, it's kind of sad because people really are like looking for shit to talk about. And it's funny how you look for things to talk about, but it's kind of the same redundant thing. You know, I don't suggest anybody to get into YouTube content conversations outside of, you know what I'm saying? Stay away from that. Like, don't let people know, like, that's just, I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say this. Somebody said, Beauty King said, this year sucks for me. This year, it's quiet. You know what I'm saying? It's like kind of like the silence before the storm, right? I'm kind of going there. It's kind of like the silence before the storm. At least that's what I pick up from me. Because, I don't know, I get this thing that there's kind of like shit just ain't taking off because the connection is not being made. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are scared. Women are scared to talk to men. Men are scared to approach women. Everybody's scared of each other. Nobody trusts nobody. I even have a bad judgment sometimes of people. Even me, yes, I know that's shocking. But I even might have a bad, and you know what it is with me? I'm on this job today, right? And there's this white guy. And it's funny how, hold on, let me address this real quick. I lost my little brother. He was only 27 years old. He got hit by a car recently. He passed. Oh my God. Excuse me. My condolences. I don't even know what to say to that. That is just like the worst thing to get. That's why I say to people, I can't say things are bad, because when somebody says something like that, what do you say? You know what I mean? Like, listen, I don't even know what to say, man. That is just awful. My condolences to you and your family. I think the thing is that, so I'm in Brooklyn today, and I'm in one of my favorite parts. I'm, the ghetto, and then I got my favorite part. But I got a whole bunch of parts. So I'm out there, and I'm just watching people. One thing I like in Brooklyn Heights, this customer's putting stuff on on his front of the sidewalk. These people live in these affluent neighborhoods. They look for shit like that. They look for stuff that you're giving away. And they're really big into that. When in the hood, they probably were like, they'll look at it, but they'll wait till like you go to sleep and catch it. I'm still tripping off that news. So with me, I noticed that the human interaction thing is just so hit or miss. And even me as a spectator, as a person that's watching and seeing the world going into the direction it is, I even noticed that there's a mode of nobody's really sure what to say. They're not really sure, should they say this? Should they say that? And, that's understandable, because if you're out and about and you're moving around, it's almost like you don't know what to really say to people. This is how I really understand and see things. I'm starting to notice there's a lot of people that are having a lot of issues. I had a gentleman, he's probably here tonight. I'm not going to say his name, but it's crazy because he had a situation where he's with this woman, and he didn't have sex with her. Long story short, he said the mother wants to, pretty much, shop her own. Now, this motherfucker is like, this nigga's like 50 years old and the woman's 44. He never basically had a situation, you're quite welcome, darling. He never had the situation where him and her did the wild thing, right? He's a religious brother, he ain't did nothing. He tells me that he was going to see this woman, which is like an hour away from where he lived, and this is his girlfriend. And the girl lives with her mother, whatever, I ain't judging, whatever, I mean, I don't get into that, where a person lives, what a person does for a living. I feel that the United States already made themselves look stupid with that one, because that shit is like a judgment, once again, that's going to make you fail. You know what I mean? You open up your, that's like looking at the bummy guy and thinking he's a bum, and then you look at the guy that looks like he got money, and then the fucking guy that looks like a bum is rich. I moved one today, so I know this personally. Anyway, so he tells me that the woman says she wants her mother, her mother wants to shop her own. So he's like, he got mad and left and went home or whatever. He wanted my take on this. And I'm like, what kind of question is that? Like, what kind of question is that? Like, these are the questions that irritate me, because these are the things where I'm like, yo, like, are you guys listening to the mindset? Are you listening to the class? Let's forget the fact, because he said, I'm a grown man. It's not the fact that you're a grown man. That has nothing to do with it. If that's that woman's mother's daughter, that's her daughter. God forbid she was laying in a coffin. You're never too fucking old to love your daughter. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. This is the problem. See, you guys start missing the main thing. The problem is not the fact that he's grown and he ain't gonna do this. It's a black man and a Mexican mother that wants to chaperone her Mexican daughter, and you're in the West Coast. Let's stick with that. Forget I don't care about that. I don't care if you're a virgin. I don't care if she's a virgin. Well, she's not, whatever. The reality is this. The mother is prejudiced. Okay? So if the mother is prejudiced, right, and you love this woman regardless of what the mother may feel, just understand, when you're with a woman that loves her family, you have to take heed that you're with her, you're with the family. No matter which way you want to look at that. I don't give a fuck if you're 150 years old. If you're with a woman, you are going to inherit her family problems, right? That's just, if you marry a woman and there's a whole bunch of issues, you think you're going to come up there and take her from her family that she loves, even though they got issues? You're inheriting that. You have a responsibility now as a man to change that for the better. So just take heed to where I'm going with this, because you don't want the smoke of dealing with a woman and the family doesn't like you. Unless you believe that this woman is your soulmate and the family's mind will change. Now remember, there's a way to know this now. In this man's case, this is not a soulmate. In this man's case, the mother is prejudiced. So it's up to him to tell the daughter, listen, I ain't really feeling your mom's because I think your mother's prejudiced. If the mother is prejudiced and the daughter will know. The daughter's gonna know if her mother's prejudiced, you understand? You need to put that out so she can put that out so the mother could feel the embarrassment. If she's not prejudiced, she will clarify it. A lot of times with us, we have this one disease in America, and it's the dopiest fucking disease you can ever have. You want what you want. That shit is the dumbest shit. Listen to me. I'm telling you right now, nobody wins with that concept. No one. You're never going to be happy. You're always going to be miserable. You're always going to have a mask to make it look like you're happy, but you're never happy. Because you don't believe what's meant for you will be meant for you. You're the person that forces shit on. You're going to wear a shoe because you like it. You're going to dress the way you want because you like it. You don't wear nothing that compliments you. You don't drive nothing that compliments you. You don't live in an area that complements your lifestyle. If you're a gay man, you should live in a gay community. If you're a ghetto motherfucker, you should live in a ghetto neighborhood. It's a very simple thing. If you're going to be what you be, wear and do what compliments you. You can't just be a hood booger, move into a nice fucking neighborhood and feel that the people should treat you like everybody else. No, because you're a ghetto motherfucker. You shouldn't be there. And now you're fucking it up for the people that neighborhood complimented them. Now you fucked it all up. It's not that they hate you. It's the fact that you hate yourself because you want what you want, where you want, and how you want it. Now back to this man, before I get the beauty queen, it went over his head. It just goes. See, Americans, y'all have the worst thing because age will destroy you. Because you have no idea what old is. You believe you're young. Again, you believe it, but it's not true. If you're young, you're in your teens. Okay. If you're a young adult, you have to, you can't call yourself young and you're in your fucking 30s. You could say you're younger than somebody that's 40, but you know what I mean? You got to understand what an adult is. If you do a crime, nigga, we all go to the same fucking damn penitentiary. The end. So when you're young, there's certain privileges that you have if you do something wrong because you're young. You're 16, you won't even show your face in the news if you do a crime. But once you're 18 and over, nigga, you get the same fucking punishment as a 70-year-old man. So you got to stop with what you want. You can't feel entitled to what you want. Who does that? Why don't you feel entitled to what compliments you? Why don't you feel entitled to what's meant for you? That's what you're entitled to. Everybody is entitled to what's meant for you. Now, this is a thing that people tend to struggle with. This is like a real big thing. Now, the brother, very simple advice, right? The advice that he has for him is just this simple. If she's compatible, it clicks together. And if you're sure that it's compatible, the family will eventually click together. Now, if you're going to be with a woman where the mother chaperones you because you're a nigga and she's a Mexican, and a Mexican on the West Coast believe that they're white, you have to call a spade a spade. Because if you don't call a spade, you're not going to know if you're compatible. The mother doesn't know you're compatible because you're not speaking up. You understand? Shout out to Red Hazel Green. Let me read this sister's thing here. She says, to be honest, Nate, I have been with my dude for 10 years. It's been 2.5 years. I haven't had sex. He's so neglectful towards me. He doesn't want me to be affectionate, no support or nothing. It's not that he's not your soulmate. You can have kids from a person that's not your soulmate. He's not, you know, if a person's not your soulmate, they're not your soulmate. That's why he's doing that. You got to understand that a man, to get in a man and woman's mind is very simple when you're dealing with compatibility. When you're made for each other, you are made for each other. Through thick and thin, you're going to have your trials, you're going to have your tribulations. But when you are made for somebody, you understand? A lot of y'all never experienced that. You're still looking for that. You see, there's a thing I tell women also. Unlike this brother, he probably thought I was going to be like, yo, fuck that grown man, fuck the mother. No, nigga, you can't say fuck the mother. It's her mother. You can't even have that mindset in your head. That's somebody's mother. Now, if you don't have a relationship with your mother that way, that's on you. But you can't come into a relationship and think just because a person is old like you, that all of a sudden you don't have fucking parents anymore. Your brothers and sisters don't matter. They do matter. Because compassion is compatible and compatible is compassion. You can't have no compassion and expect to be with somebody and you feel as if they're going to do what you want to do and they got to accept it. No, they do not. You have to accept it. The problem is you haven't. You know, there is a code that people have to understand is there's a lot of women out here and men that do it, you know. There's men that they're meeting women and they want to take them from the family and they think they're doing toxic shit. And then 10, 20 years later, you fuck yourself. And you know it because what you're trying to do, you're trying to change the stratosphere. You ain't got to do all that when you're compatible to a person. See, sometimes you got to know how to, when a bolt don't fit, it just ain't going to fit. If you force it, you're going to strip that bitch. But guess what? Now it's in the hole, but now it's damaged. Because it didn't belong there. Yeah, you got it done, but you know and I know that shit did not belong there. Because if it did, it would have fit. That's it. There's a simple concept on when you're out here moving around and you dating. That's why dating destroys people. Some of y'all living with fucking losers because you're not with your soulmate. It's just a mate. That's all. Y'all probably had a couple of kids together. That don't mean it's a soulmate. The kids is a gift. That's the only thing you got out of there. But what about you and that person? That's why the shit is toxic. You know, when you're in a position and you feel that family, they hating on you, nobody hates on you. They just don't want you with their fucking daughter or son. That's the problem. And you got to find out, you better make sure it's worth it if you're going to push the pin. Because if you know that's your soulmate, you can go further. A lot of people may think, well, what is a soul? Well, that's the thing. You got to ask. You got to think. A soulmate is meant for you. A soulmate is compatible to your compassion. You telling your man he got to do this, he ain't touch you, he ain't fuck you in years and all of the above. If you compatible with a person, y'all niggas going to motherfucking drop for a year, it ain't shit. Because they're compatible, they understand. Chances are they probably feeling the same way you do. When a person is compatible, you can read each other's minds. You know them. You could meet the love of your life in one day and know that this is my damn soulmate. She could know it too. You haven't allowed yourself to feel that. So the reality is, a lot of times when y'all in positions of dating desensitizes you because it gives you false hope. The more you date, the less you looking for somebody compatible. Am I lying? The more you date, the less you looking for somebody compatible. Look around you and think about who is compatible. You could see a couple together and think they nice looking. You could look at motherfucking a celebrity and look at their wife, and then you say, damn, why he cheated on her, or why she did this, and why they wasn't compatible. It was a picture. They took a picture. They looked cute together, but it wasn't compatible. You can't add on to a non-compatible relationship. There's nothing you can do. It'll never work. That's why it's toxic. And family feels that shit first. Listen, there's two types of family. You can have a family that just, fuck it, they just don't want you with nobody. Or you can have a family that just may know, you know what? This person is a real piece of fucking garbage, and they're going to destroy you. And guess what's going to happen when they're not compatible? You're going to get deeper with them because you believe that's compatible to keep going. Family is the first alarm. That's the first red fucking flag. Now, if your family is just a hater because mama just hates everybody and they don't want nobody near you because they just love their daughter, that's not bad either. At least it's about the daughter, not you. But if them motherfuckers are right on the nail, like, goddamn, this nigga got multiple kids, this nigga's a bum you're moving with, you fuck your life up, 99.9% chances that they right. Family knows. I'm telling you, family knows. Family can feel that you are with a pile of shit. They know it. They just know that you're not going to do well with the fucking response. Because you're with a mate. You're not with your soulmate. That's why everybody's so fucked up. You go on a date, ain't nothing there. Because it's not a soulmate. Some of y'all make it worse. Some of y'all women still dating niggas for looks. Now that's something you got to understand. That don't work for you. That works for men. If anything. He's visual. He don't think with his fucking head, nigga. You are a woman. You should know better than that. You got to date. If you're not going to date for compatibility, you got to date who's going to take care of you. You can't afford to date a nigga for looks. That was in high school. You blew that. Your cute days are over. Your cute day, that's for children. So now I don't want nobody that looks like so. Well, guess what? You ain't gonna get nobody compatible like that because you can't find compatibility with a nigga that looks good. You can't. We are visual creatures, you're not. That's supposed to be secondary to you. If he looks good, it's a bonus. It can't be first priority. Because all you gonna do is fuck around and fuck everybody and be broken in a motherfucker. Let me explain something to you. I'm gonna blow your mind with this. A prostitute doesn't believe in visual. Why? Because she's trying to get the money. Now you can take some bits and pieces from that. You may say, well, Nick, how you gonna compare it to the prostitute? Because the prostitute ain't thinking about the money. I mean, she ain't thinking about the look, she's thinking about the money. So she's gonna get the bag with that mindset. Do you understand where I'm coming from? When you're in the looks, you ain't getting no money. If a prostitute was fucking on, I'm gonna be on the track tonight, I'm gonna just date a cute guy, she'll be broke. She ain't gonna make shit. She can't work in a brothel selling pussy and they went in there and showed her the damn client and she said he's ugly or cute. Bitch, you in the fucking, you are a prostitute. You can't make money on looks. The only looks you should be worried about is your own. Once you look at a nigga and you start that, I gotta date this guy, he gotta look like this. No woman ever wins with that. Cause a better looking a nigga, either he a player or he a homo. One or the other. Good looking niggas are just not loyal. So if that's your weakness, now you tell him, well, I got this going for myself. You can't tell that cute nigga that. He gonna do less. Now this don't mean to go date a fucking gorilla. I'm just saying you gotta be honest to yourself. If your thing is looks, you gotta be careful with that. That's not compatibility. You can't operate like that. Compatibility finds you. You can't look for compatibility. You can't. She said, I never had a good man in my life. I don't even know what a good man is. Confusing. But you probably know what a cute man is. You probably know what a nigga with a six-pack, broad shoulders, all big dicks, and you know what I mean? Nobody wins with that. As a woman, you could never win. You're too. See, the reality is you're an emotional creature. You're a woman. You can't fuck a man the way we fuck a woman. Your emotion is gonna get involved one way or another. I don't care if you're a hooker. It will. It's in your nature. Your nature. You can't help it. You can fall in love with a nigga the way he looks. You can fall in love with a nigga the way he says, because women fall in hearts through their ears. They fall in love through their motherfucking ears. A nigga could say the right thing. You understand? Now, in regards to dealing with this on a black man and black woman level, black women especially. Listen, if you're going to target and get you a little chump, you can't go get a cute nigga. You got to get a chump. You want to move in with a nigga and he wants to move in, you want to use him to pay the bills. You can't go and get a cute nigga because if you know what I mean? It ain't going to work. You got to get a chump. You got to get what's compatible for the situation. Nice guys are the best guys to use. The best, because they're soft and weak. Unfortunately, we don't just mean compatible with love. You got to be compatible with the situation. If you want a nigga that's about his money, if you're a woman and you about your bread, you can't date cute niggas. If you got the money, you date cute. Now you a hot mama. Now you got to pay them. You don't want bringing cars because they ain't driving and you got to buy them an outfit when they go out. No, it has to be compatible for a situation. Niggas that spend money, and you can't look at a nigga the way he looks. That's the last thing on your motherfucking mind. As a matter of fact, it don't matter what he look like as long as that nigga's paper's long and he willing to spend it. But when a nigga's a good looking dude and he know he good looking, he gonna be thinking you spending the money on him. See, the white woman, that's her game. She does that. The white woman cuts right to the chase. Cause it ain't nothing to her. As a matter of fact, she wants to flex on a black woman like this ain't nothing to me. My father just gave me this 24 fucking Range Rover. This shit is nothing to me. She knows the black women ain't gonna be like that, so she'll talk shit she'll give it to you. Nigga, you can have this motherfucker. I could care less about it. Sister gonna be like, well, nigga, you gotta earn this. Different strokes, different folks. You can't do what a white woman does. A white woman can't do what you do. It just doesn't click. It's not compatible. It has to fit. It has to fit. It's all about a fit. Fuck the fit about gear. It's the fit on a mission. When you're out there and you're like, yo, niggas ain't acting right, because it's the type of niggas you looking for. You can't go by pretty boys and think that nigga's a good nigga, and you can't go get a good guy and try to toughen him up. He's gonna be a pussy regardless. You can't make him tough, but you have to use him for the occasion. You know what I'm saying? But let him put his money where his mouth is. You don't let that cute nigga do it. Why not? Because you're attracted to him? That's why you're going to get the bad end of the stick all the time. It will never, ever work. I'm telling you. I'm a man, believe me. If I was a single man and a woman was dating me on looks, I'm going to fucking abuse her. Because if I got her, I'm going to have a whole bunch of motherfuckers that look like her. As a matter of fact, they all going to have the same thing in common. Because that's what's compatible to my situation as a player. You ain't a player if you ain't got multiple women. How I talked to that shithole yesterday. I wish I was here. I would have called him. I talked to that clown yesterday. He 52 years old and he be knocking women down. No, he don't. You may listen. He ain't doing none of that because niggas that's getting it don't talk like that. In 2024, niggas that's getting it like that, he's sending video footage constantly. He gonna send you video footage of some woman sucking him off, whatever. You understand? He gonna send you something at that age because we living in this society of video. You understand? Years ago, he would have showed you a videotape on a VCR that he videotaped her. When a nigga is getting it, he gonna share it one way or another. Whether he putting you on, he gonna show you on videotape. I promise you that. Y'all can shoot the questions because it's a very simple format. Oracle says, I was engaged to an extremely handsome man. Come to find out he was the biggest 304 at his job. Woman came out, would work with. Of course. Are you kidding me? Listen, a nigga ain't even got to be a good looking nigga to get a woman. You got niggas out here that look fugly, but they got a lot of bitches. Do you understand where I'm coming from? You got to think about it too. Again, looks. Look, whether a nigga look good or ugly, watch that. You just got to make sure if you about your motherfucking bread, just aim for that. Don't matter what he look like. Have a prostitute mindset with that. She don't give a fuck what a nigga look like when he roll up. It don't even matter. But she gonna get paid. So that's your mentality. Why do you care what he looks like? You ain't got to sell the pussy the same way she doing it, but how you think she gonna get the money? So a guy like this, you was engaged to an extremely handsome man, that don't work. Extremely handsome niggas got too many bitches or niggas. Facts. Because they're attractive. See, when a man is attractive, okay? He could be a good looking dude, but a man is extremely handsome. That's attractive. So more women are attracted to that because it's not common a nigga look like that. Yeah, it's common to see a pretty woman. It ain't common to see a good looking man. Attractive man. So you can't marry a nigga and think, this is gonna be a good looking couple. You got to think about it. There's a dark side that he got to that. You understand? There's a dark side to that. And when there's a dark side, that's your job to know. He is compatible to the situation. So if he's a player, he's compatible with what he's doing as a player. He's supposed to. He's supposed to lie to you, cheat, fuck a whole bunch of bitches behind your back. That's what a player does. You, on the other hand, are in the wrong fucking classroom. How do you engage to ugly dudes? Treat me really good. Right. If it's an ugly dude that's into you, you got ugly players too. His game may be his mouth. You see, the problem with a lot of people, men and women, when you want what you want, it blinds you from your compatibility. Everybody is made to be with some particular person. You were born to be with this person. That's the name that's life. It's written already. So if you like what you like, you're going to just pass by the fucking compatible one. You'll never see the compatible one because you don't even pay. Compatibility was around you for probably years at the job. You didn't pay that shit no mind because you liked the motherfucker that turned you on. And then when you found out that nigga was married, now you're mad, oh, man ain't shit. No, it's not that man ain't shit. You got to be compatible. You got to play that game a lot different. Some women will sit there and say, well, I want to be I'm just going to be a bitch to him. That's not you. That's never going to work because you're not a bitch. If you was a bitch, you wouldn't have to try so hard. A real bitch don't try hard. That's just who she is. There's some motherfuckers you don't want to play with out here. They just the wrong woman to not play with, and that's just what it is. And it's going to take a man that's compatible. Now, mind, he could be opposite. The compatibility is what's going to fit. They don't have to be the same. It could be opposite. You understand? Shout out to Stephen Topper. She says, hold on. You ugly dudes, I navigate differently after their experience. You ain't got to navigate that hard. Just take heed that your decisions is what you like. That's the problem. You gotta let a nigga talk and let him talk you to fucking death. When you and this motherfucker's on the phone for 7-8 hours after the first night, it is bright daylight outside, and y'all just been clicking since day fucking one. You ain't never, you know what I mean? You're on the road to success. Cause now there's stimulation mentally. He ain't talk about pussy and you ain't playing with your pussy on the phone. Compatibility. When it clicks, it clicks. It just fits. You gotta allow that shit to take its course. Now the thing is with compatibility, it's natural now. It can't be forced. You can only force what you like. You can't force what's compatible. But you can force the fuck out of what you like. Good luck on that shit. Good luck. Shout out to Patrice. It's simple. Oh, I went out to the club. The guy was saying this, that, and the third. I mean, you're less likely to find compatibility in the club unless you fuck with players. You fuck with players and you fuck with a few niggas, and you could get compatibility. He got a wife, I got a nigga. Fantastic. Online, you're not finding compatibility online. It's so slim, it's almost at zero. I knew somebody that did. Well, you knew that damn 1%. Because you're not finding compatibility. The online is even worse because it's not human interaction, it's fake. That's the ultimate level of AI. When you have to see a person you'll know it. You can feel it. And it's not visual. It's just gonna click. It'll click to the point where you know what, Nate, you ain't lying. 20 years later, this nigga knocked on the wrong fucking door. It ended up being my door. I've been with the nigga since. That's compatibility. That was meant to be. Look how it's designed. But if you just dating niggas because they cute, you never gonna get a nigga like that. Never. Not nobody you gonna keep. You could fuck them and ship them out, but you never gonna keep nobody like that because that's not a that mindset is not compatible. You got to be realistic and know your faults. Believe me when I tell you, relationships alone destroy motherfuckers because niggas don't live for compatibility. They live to make it work. That's why you always saying, I don't understand, I got this, I'm a good woman, I'm this, that. Well, that's the problem. You date players. That player's not supposed to, he's supposed to take advantage of you. That's his job. You understand? If you're willing to deal with that, then you'll click. But if you don't want to fuck with it, then you're not compatible. You know what I'm saying? And you're not going to be compatible with him because you ain't going for it. Players have women that, you know what I mean? They got to have women that either they don't know because they lying, or women that know and they don't give a fuck. That's the only type of woman he could be with. One that just is in the dark all the fucking time. She doesn't have a clue because she's a good target because she's going to be mad naive. You understand what I'm saying? You got to think about that. So that's why the connections don't connect the way they're supposed to, because everybody likes what they like. You move in with a motherfucker, a man move in with a woman, if y'all niggas ain't compatible, it'll never work. It's a waste of time. And time lost is never found. You ain't got time to waste. Nobody does. To waste it? You could enjoy time. You could sleep on time. But time wasted is the worst thing you could ever do. And that's what you're doing when you like what you like. Some people think it's a big honor. Yo, I like what I like. That's kind of whack. It's pretty selfish, as a matter of fact. You don't like what's meant for you, but you like what's not meant for you. That's all it means. If you have food that complements the body, then it's good for you. But if the food doesn't complement your body, then it's bad for you. But you won't eat it any fucking way. You see all them fat motherfuckers you see on that show, 600 pounds, they like what they fucking like. They eat what they like. They gonna do what the fuck they wanna do. But when you do what you're supposed to do, what you have to do, what's imperative for you to do, the body will adjust, but it will remind you. Yes, it adjusts to anything, the good and the bad. It will adjust, unfortunately, but it will. You want it to adjust in a good way, because when it's good for you, it's good for you, right? Now, some people think, well, what if I want to be a fat motherfucker? Again, if you want to be a fat motherfucker, that's what you're going to eat all the bad food that complements that. If it's complementary to the situation, right? It's not a combative situation. It's compatible. So if it's compatible, you got to think about it. You say to yourself, it's meant to be. Compatibility. So if a motherfucker like, yo, I'm a fat motherfucker, I'm eating 10 donuts a goddamn day. That's compatibility right there, right? Because that's how that person is, who they are, because they abuse the food, and this is the food to complement the situation, enhanced to be out of shape and bad health, essentially, right? But if something is a motive, this is what you are into, this is your regimen every day, and this is not your regimen, and you're with a person that eats like this, you two have two different worlds. So you know what I mean? You got to think about that. So now you live with this person. This person has OCD, you're a little fucking sloppy, or vice versa. You know what I mean? Now, if you guys were compatible, the opposites would attract. If you're not compatible, that OCD situation and your sloppiness is going to destroy the fucking relationship, among many other things. So you have to really be careful of what you like. What you like. Anybody that talks what they like, they never got true joy in their life. They could be happy, but happiness is temporary. Joy is forever. That's what you want. You don't want to be happy. You want to be joyful. Because happy comes and goes. Crackheads get happy when they get high, but see what they feel like when they not high. See what that cokehead feels like when that fucking high comes down. He ain't happy for long. They're going to be miserable when they come back to earth. High in the sky, now they drop down. But joy, it don't matter if it's fucking raining, snowing, hot. It don't matter nothing. Well, Nate, what do you feel about, men and women that are living with each other, as long as you're compatible? And you will know that before you do it. You listen, if it's meant to be, you'll never get a warning. If it ain't meant to be, you're going to get a whole bunch of red flags. The biggest red flag is your family, if you have one. Some people don't have a family. And I mean family, I don't mean your kids. I'm talking family. Your family is your guiding light, right? So if you have the privilege to have family in your life, those are your guardian angels. So if niggas ain't feeling it, don't judge them and say they should feel it on you. They just hating, because now you're forcing the situation because you like what you like. And they don't like what you like because they know what you got is not even compatible for you. That's the worst red flag as a family member. Now, again, if you have a family member that is not aware because they don't even see your compatibility, maybe they do, but they just don't want you because they want you all for themselves. Okay, that will be determined. But they're still acknowledging that the person's still good for you. They know that deep inside, and you know it too. You say, case in point with the dude about the Mexican woman. Number one, there's never compatibility with a man, a black man and a non-black woman. They make it happen. That's just what they like what they like. It's not a soulmate. It's not a soulmate, because if it was a soulmate and it was meant to be, then why they mismatch? That doesn't go that way. When you see biracial and mixed couples, they did what they like. They said, fuck compatibility. Now, that's fine. If that's what you choose, that's your thing. But again, I'm just saying, if you want the true success in life, you got to go for what's compatible. Because love knocks on your door. You can't go out and find love under a fucking tree. It don't go like that. Niggas can't go to a strip mall or a strip club or a fucking strip with hookers and find love. It will never happen. Now, if the nigga's a trick, then that will work. He's an open trick. I just love spending money on hoes. Then they're going to complement the situation, right? So he going to have hoes. He going to be a trick, and it is what it is. But if it's a man like y'all trying, I don't understand. These women don't realize a good man. No, it's not that you don't realize a good man. You dating what you like. You can't mix the two up. Liking what you like is the biggest downfall you will ever have. Thinking your family's a hater is another way. Your family can feel something about your mate and thinking your situation is wrong. Trust me, in most cases, they're right. Especially if they're connected to you and they're close. You got to really watch that. That's why a lot of family don't like to say nothing, because everybody like what they like. They don't want to offend nobody. Nobody want to hear it when they like what they like. Because most people like what they like. Most people are not with who they're supposed to be. They're just not. Now, this is no disrespect to your children. Maybe you had 3-4 kids from a nigga that you didn't even he was incompatible to you. Your soulmate, look it up. Your soulmate goes for your soul. You could feel it. You can't see it. You could feel it. It's all in the soul. Souls, you can't see souls in this sky. When you walk outside and you hearing the weather, you hearing the wind or whatever, it's not like you're going to see souls bounce all over the place, because forget it, now you're going to see ghosts. But the soul is there. The soul lives forever. So you and that person never break up, or you one person dies, the soul is connected to that person forever as long as they're on this earth. It just doesn't leave. If it was your soulmate, that will be with you forever. If a woman married her soulmate, she would not remarry. If a widow married her soulmate, she would not remarry another man. Not after she experienced a soulmate. But if her husband just died and that was just her husband, she could remarry again with no fucking problem. It's deep. Shout out to Beauty Queen. I'm telling you, you got to look at the fact of soul. Listen, we have soul music, and then we got hip hop. Soul music for the soul. It makes you feel good, makes you reminisce, it makes you embrace memories. You know what I mean? Hip hop, depending on what time it was made, could fucking throw your whole shit off, because it won't do nothing for the soul sometimes. You may hear a little beat, you may want to dance and turn the shit up in the car, but it ain't gonna be like that soul music. Soul music goes right into that heart. Canary 48 says, so attractive people are able to have soulmates? Yes, absolutely. Attractive men feel entitled. Attractive woman, she is entitled, but the problem with her is, how the fuck does she know a soulmate when everybody looking at her? He don't have that privilege. Not everybody look at him that same way they look at him. Unless he's homosexual, he walking around with tight pants and all extra. But if he's a manly man, a masculine dude, he's still not going to get the same burn you would get on the street. It's just not happening. It's a woman, you know. Men are just different. But if his mode is because he's attractive and he'll meet his soulmate, he'll never meet his soulmate. Because now whoever's going to deal with him is going to be visual. You know what's going to happen with that. Nobody that deals with him is ever going to get the good end of the stick, because they married him for the wrong reasons. Now, if they happen to be a soulmate and he just happened to be attractive, then that's different. Method Man's wife was with him before, when he was a dirty, dusty nigga. He became attractive much later. He became a heartthrob much later. She married the man. She didn't marry what y'all see. That shit you see right there is just a look. That's an image. She married the man. She married his soul. That's why they tell you tell a woman when you, so you got to remember, when you with a woman, y'all together, a man and woman, and y'all made for each other, and you're compatible, you got each other's souls. It's deep. But when you just marry a mate, y'all just married each other. There's no soul there. There's no rhythm. It's all fucking dead. You know, you could tell when you see, for example, let me use a celebrity. I have to, but Denzel Washington and his wife, you probably look at her like, wow, that's crazy. He could have had any woman. Yeah, he could, and I'm pretty sure he did. But he married his soulmate. That shit don't even matter. It's not about looks. She can get old and lose her eye and legs. He's still gonna be with her. But if you just married to somebody on looks and they lose their looks, then that relationship is gonna be dead. So to answer Canary's question, which is a great question, so are attractive people able to have soulmates? Yes. They just got to make better choice. They got to be careful because they glasses they wearing shades in the nighttime. They got to be more careful than anybody because how they gonna know? Visual, good-looking people got to go through their souls to know a soulmate. They can't determine it through their looks at all. Once a motherfucker married his soulmate, once you in a relationship with your soulmate, you hit the jackpot. You see these marriages, you see these celebrity marriages. It's hard to break down who's a soulmate. Your soulmate, and don't look at the black guy that's with the white woman that she stuck with me when I ain't had shit. Don't listen to that. Because he's with her because she stuck with him. That's not a soulmate. That's just a woman you with that stuck with you. And that's fine. You could marry a woman that stuck with you. That's, you know what I mean? But it's not your soulmate. Doesn't mean she's your soulmate because she had your back. A soul is connected to each other. A soul and it's like a soulmate complements each other. A soulmate's gonna love their parents and you're gonna love their parents the same. A soulmate protects you. If you feel your family is a piece of shit, the soulmate's gonna tell you, nah, don't say that. You know what I'm saying? The soulmate ain't gonna agree with you because he's not supposed to. He's supposed to keep your level up, not down. You could say your brother's a piece of shit. Your soulmate knows he is, but he won't tell you that. He gonna say that's still your brother. That's what a soulmate's supposed to keep each other down when they fall. Once that soul starts going into depression, they kick it right back up. That's why sometimes y'all be with a man like, wow, he don't say this to me. He don't do this. He don't compliment. Because he's not your soulmate. You want the compensation of a compliment to you from a man that is not your soulmate. You know your soulmate. You can feel your soulmate. Some people, again, have lived and been on this earth forever and have never experienced that. Because all that looked and blinded you was good looks. Cars and jewelry and houses, and that's all bullshit. That's all that stuff that I talked about is stuff that could lose and be redone. But you live on this earth forever and never had a soulmate. What was the point of living? You never allowed a soulmate in. That's like a woman. When a woman has sex with a soulmate, it's a whole complete different experience. Complete. A prostitute can meet a soulmate, believe it or not. A soulmate will take a woman's soul over. It will correct her. See, these niggas out here trying to go to buy prostitutes, they want to be their soulmate. I do this for you, I do that. And then she comes to America and leaves them. She's supposed to. She's complimenting the situation. This is compatible because she got a good guy that's trying to look out for her. She's supposed to do him dirty. The compatibility is not on his side. She's a hoe. She's going to play a sucker. That's her job. He not supposed to be with that. So it's working for her, but not working for him. You see what I'm saying? There's so many different angles of being out here, and you see women, like there was a sad video I seen recently with all these girls getting BBLs. They were all in this clinic and all of them are walking around. I'm like, yo, look at this shit. These are all lost souls. That's it. You watch a porno movie. Watch when a woman is getting ran by 10 niggas. There's no soul there. If anything, her soul is snatched. The devil got her soul. You ever seen the movie The Exorcist when she was on the bed? And so it's the same thing when that white devil sitting there with 8, 10 black dicks in her mouth and she's screaming and the nigga fucking up the ass. And, I mean, there's no soul there. You know what she's gonna do when she go home? She probably gonna hit a goddamn fifth of coke. Cause she gonna feel awful. She just gave her body to 7 fucking damn niggas. And now she went home and probably cried her ass off. Cause now she gonna feel like a dirty slut. She wouldn't do that with no woman gonna do that with 10 soulmates. It's impossible. There's no such thing. There's only one. You only get one. That's the trick. So all your relationships in your past, they were just ex-boyfriends, that's all. You probably lived with a nigga for 8 years. He was just a fucking damn roommate. That's all. You fucked him, you all made love. You ain't make no love. You can't make love to a motherfucker that's not your soulmate. You can't. It's impossible. You think it was love, but you don't know what love is. Because if you knew what love is, why you ain't with him? Listen, this is not a knock, this is not an attack, but you gotta call a spade a spade. You understand? When we're out as men and women, we are visual creatures one way or another. Let's just face it. We are. And even more so, women have become that. But now, if a man's afraid to approach you because you're beautiful, the play is not. So how you gonna connect with him? He's scared to death to talk to you. So how y'all gonna connect each other's souls? You're just gonna be passing in the wind. How do you connect with that man? He's not encouraged to talk to you. He hasn't been taught love. His father ain't sit him down and kick it with him as a little boy or as a grown man. So what does he have? If a man can't tell a man how to approach a woman, it ain't gonna never work. It gotta be the father's job to do that. A man needs a man to connect their souls. A man, I know a man right now, he got daughters, wives in the house, boyfriends come there fucking their daughters and all that, but he ain't got no man to talk to. He got little boys around, like niggas that just think like little kids, but he ain't got a man like, yo, brother, this is unacceptable. You should never let no man come in your fucking house and fuck your daughter. See where I'm coming from? But if he around just women, I don't see the big deal with that. They're grown and you just got to trust them. He can't listen to that because a man can only understand another man. And again, you probably married your non-soulmate, so she don't even respect what you feel. You probably married her because she took it in the ass. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's going to show through your children right now because you got with your wife on some bullshit. You probably took her from her husband and y'all going to pay for that later. You will because you didn't marry your soulmate. When a kid is raised by parents that were soulmates, the kids come out better. But when the kids were raised by parents that wasn't soulmates, well, you can't even be, you don't have to be a soulmate. How many niggas you see that woman and not with the man and they had kids for, he wasn't around. It wasn't their soulmate. Now she had a kid from a motherfucker that not even around the son to add insult to injury. Bad enough is not the soulmate to the mother, but how's it gonna connect with his kids? He couldn't connect with the mother. And that's why you see the situations is bad out here. So back to the brother that's dating the Mexican woman, if you're listening, you's a goddamn fool. I wouldn't even waste my time with that. She said the mothers are raised. Listen, if you're just trying to fuck, you better get it over with. Because you may think, yeah, well, we didn't care about what her mother said and we made it work. Right, you forced it. That's common. Everybody's doing that. You just forced a relationship. And you're probably going to force a marriage. Because she's not meant for you. She's meant for somebody else. That's not your soulmate. And the mother probably picked up on it. So once you test the mother and tell her the mother is a bigot or prejudiced, that's what you feel. If that mother has any connection with you of respect and she feels offended by that, you best to believe she's going to apologize. And that may be your green light. But in most cases, she won't, because you probably ain't going to tell her that. You're probably just going to try to get her away from the mother. You probably can't wait for the mother to die, God forbid. So you can have her all yourself. Good luck with that. Now you just going to take it? That's like a rapist. Ain't no fucking different. You a rapist of love. You just going to take it. You ain't going to earn it. You ain't going to connect with it. You just going to take the motherfucker. It's mine. Her mother should let her be grown. No, why don't you be grown? Why don't you open your eyes and understand everything ain't meant for you? That's why you're failing, because you believe it's for you and it's not. It's for somebody else. You just like it. And you feel entitled because you got this far. Now, again, if you're in the game and you just knocking shit down, why would you care about what the mother? You've been fucking her, but you ain't even been doing that. So if you really believe this woman's for you, you better win the heart with that goddamn mother, because her mother's our pride and joy. You're not. You're not her soulmate. A mother knows a soulmate to their daughter. She'll probably tell them, girl, daughter, I'm telling you right now, that's the man for you right there. She'll feel it, because she felt it. She knows what it felt like. That's how she met your father. You may feel, well, he needs to do this, he needs to do that. You better watch it. Guardian angels is talking. Your mother ain't going to be here forever. You probably ain't going to have that privilege. So you better connect with her soul while she's here, because when she's gone, you're going to be able to connect with it even better. You can't connect with a soul with a person that's not on earth unless they was on earth, you connected with them. When you have a relationship, a close relationship with your mother, close relationship with your father, soulfully, if they leave this earth, that soul is going to still continue. You know it. It will. And it will work. You could talk to them and listen, because you know exactly. It's not what they say. They're talking. You have to be connected with the soul to know that. Soul is everything. That's why the main thing what they do in the porno industry, they take your soul. You can't have a soul in a damn. Them women are soulless. They may give them souls, drinking, drugs. Yeah, those are all alternatives. And it'll get them, and it'll make them feel like they got the Holy Spirit. But when that shit wear off, it's gonna be a motherfucker. And now they gotta go get it again. They can't. You think those women are sober doing all these sex acts? None of them are. They have no souls. Ask a man to beat his meat off the porn to see what I'm talking about. Ain't no soul there. Ain't no soul watching a porno. Beat your meat to the baddest bitch and see what happened when you bust that nut. You gonna be like, I feel like a piece of shit. Now take that same soul, be with a woman that you connect with soulfully, and just fucking kiss and see the difference. It's a big difference. You're not connected with your souls. You're connected with visuals in life. Social media, that's all visual. Everything there is fake. They could enhance beauties, put filters on all types of shit. There's no soul in there. Nothing. So when your body is not connecting with the soul, it's soulless. It's very important. Feeling. Can you see the feeling? Can you see good feelings? What happens when you look at a beautiful blue sky? You say, oh, I feel so good. Right. You feel so good. You feel, that's your soul. Now it starts to rain and it gets cloudy. Oh, I feel terrible. Now it's bringing your soul down. So you need something to bring your soul up. Now, you could do it from a natural perspective, what I'll suggest, or you could do it from a fake perspective. Turn on some music. Wow, I feel good. I'm cleaning the house. Yeah, just a minute ago you felt terrible. Now you feel all good. It's a feeling. People will go to the most extreme measures to make themselves feel good. All you're watching in this world is no souls. Look at the politics. There's no soul. Look at these niggas, man. Putin and all these niggas across the seas. They ain't got no souls, killing kids. And come on. You can't have a soul to be a killer. A killer has no soul. A rapist has no soul. A murderer has no soul. A person protecting his family and his loved one, he has a soul. Your soul is at work right now. If I started talking negative, you're going to be like, yo, Nate, I ain't really feeling this. You're going to leave. Because the soul ain't even getting, the soul ain't getting strategic. The soul ain't feeling a mode of stimulation. You ever stimulate a woman's mind? And she's sitting there at that diner 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning like, God damn, I got to go to work in another hour. I haven't even went home and bathed. I can't stop listening to this nigga. Fucking amazing. That's hard stimulation. She won't pick up a phone over that because the brain is being stimulated. When the brain is being stimulated, the soul is at its highest level. It's the brain. You ever see when a person's brain dead? That means there's no soul in the body, unfortunately. But if that person, if you connected with that person before they got brain dead, their soul is living. Their body ain't doing good, but the soul is living. The soul is bigger than the body. Body shrivels up, burns, all the above. So you can't burn a soul. What did Beyonce tell you? What did she say? You can't take my soul. Y'all didn't realize where she was going with that? You can't take my soul. Women ain't even embraced that soul. They didn't understand it. We don't even know who she was talking to, but I know one goddamn thing she was talking to, somebody soulless. She was talking to that fucking devil. You won't take my soul. You won't take my soul. She said it. Sit back when you're in your bed tonight. Some of y'all may be working late. Some of y'all are out here working, servicing people, first responders. Some of y'all servicing people at Amazon, and that's fine. But what do you do to get through the workday? Listen to music, right? If I listen to a podcast, it gotta be funny. It better be entertaining. It's gotta stimulate the soul. You see how the back, you know when the back gets tight, you feel a certain way, you want somebody to give you a nice back rub. Well, how about that mind stimulation? If a man can't stimulate you, how is he going to introduce his soul to your soul? If he's soulless, he going to talk a whole bunch of shit. I got a such and such square foot house. I got this, I got that. You like, all right, that's cute and that's cool, but ain't no soul. You may even fuck the nigga in the new house, but ain't no soul there. And you gonna go back home and be like, God damn, that's the 8th nigga I fucked in the last 3 years. Ain't gonna feel like shit. Cause all you do is giving that pussy to soulless niggas. You giving your pussy and ain't even no soul. Well, Nate, can a man go down? Can I go down to a man and give soul? No. That's unnecessary. That's what gay men do to each other, to pull each other's soul out. So what are you doing? All you're doing is sucking the soul out of his body. So you don't want to do that. He eating your pussy, you sucking his dick. You chewing each other's soul out. That's why they call eating each other out. You don't feel good doing that shit. He does. You don't get a sensation with you sucking him off. He does. You sucking his soul. You don't believe it? God forbid that nigga start bleeding. Now you sucking his manhood out. Now he's finished. Once he got blood coming out that motherfucker, he's done. Look it up. Learn and read about it. But if you kissing and caressing and, your heart is beating fast, and that's called proper stimulation. The body is meant to do that. It's meant to kiss each other, not suck each other. That's why they call kissing is kissing and oral sex is oral sex. God damn, I thought it was the same shit. I'm using my lips. Completely different. You sucking where the piss comes out of it, and he's sucking where your pee hole comes out, and blood. It's the works of the devil. You got to be careful with that. That's for them soulless animals, not for soulful people. It's a difference. When you make love, you ain't got to suck nobody's dick or eat no pussy. All you got to do is do the natural elements. It's going to work. Caressing, kissing, and good old-fashioned penetration. That's what it was meant for. And when you doing penetration with the one that you fucking soulfully connected to, forget it. He never experienced nothing like that, and she never did. It's a whole different level. He probably didn't. All he did was bust nuts, and his idea of having sex is having porn. He don't even know what love is because he never had a soulmate. Your soul is everything. And when the one thing in Hollywood, they get that black man, they don't get his fucking hair, they don't get his feet, they go for his soul. Because once you take a man's soul, that's it. You got him. They take your soul. Now, again, can you see souls? No, you cannot see it. You can only feel souls. When somebody passes away, you'll feel that soul. Oh yeah, you would. You may wake up in the middle of the night and say, what in the soul just touched you. What'd you think you jolted for? Oh, you didn't know that? That's why you ever wake up, you're breathing all heavy. Oh, what the? Nobody's there. You can't see who did that. You didn't wake up. If somebody was there, then that would be a person. The soul woke you up. Sometimes I done woke up and felt somebody tap my back. And woke up and said, hold on now. I just felt my back being tapped. That was the soul. They play around with you every now and then. Especially when you connected, so somebody you probably lost that you was close to did that. Don't get it mixed up with, well, I feel like I got to go to the bathroom. Feeling like going to urinate is feeling like going to urinate. We ain't talking about that. We talking about you in a deep sleep and you wake up out of nowhere and it wasn't a dream. When you're dreaming, the souls are giving you all the imaginations. Those are thoughts, right? Some dreams you almost can feel it. How many of y'all had dreams where it was called a nightmare? Whoa, I just was falling off of a bridge and I woke up. You know what I mean? Again, the soul woke you up. You know, the one thing that was created for us, hip-hop music, blues, country music, reggae, they even call reggae music vibes. But soul music was a whole different level. How many times I clicked on soul music for y'all and y'all was like, Nate, I've had girls here crying when I play. Oh my God, Nate, you put me in tears. It's bringing me back here. I'm thinking of this. Oh, this is the good music. They don't make that because they don't make soul music anymore. They just make music. They got to satisfy that devil now. We peaked at that shit. the James Brown, the Aretha Franklin, that was all soul music. Soul. Shout out to Valley, I appreciate you, goddamn. She said, I love the rain and I like it's soothing. Rain is great. But at the end of the day, where do your thoughts go when you're sleeping is the question. Your soul is at work when you're sleeping. Is that amazing? Sleeping. You can see a whole different world when you're sleeping. Soul's the most amazing thing in the human body, the soul. Guardian angels, souls. The love of God, a soul. The love of a man and woman, a soul. True love, a soul. We get these things confused. Some of y'all out here shacking up with each other. Okay, just as long as you shacking up with your damn soulmate. Because if you're not with your soulmate, it will never work. I don't care how many kids y'all busting in each other, it ain't gonna matter. It will never work with you two. Because it ain't pure. It could never be pure. You never was with your soulmate. Some of these gay men are like, oh yeah, well we don't. No, unfortunately, and I know a lot of the gays are gonna give me some pushback for that, but that's not soul, that's sex. It's not, it's everything else but that. Cause y'all sucking each other. It's a big fucking difference. If a man and woman to make love, they ain't gotta suck each other. Two men have to do that. So there's no soul there. They don't have to have soul to fuck each other. I just read about this big thing in Milwaukee the other day when the RCN, the Republican, RNC, Republican National Convention was out there, and Grindr crashed out there because all these niggas was trying to fuck each other. The Grindr app crashed in Milwaukee because all them horny ass fucking Republicans out there. Look it up. It's in the paper. True story. That means there ain't no souls out there. If there's no souls in the porno industry, how's it gonna be soul with two men fucking each other up the ass? Now again, it's soulless, but that's, you know what I mean? That's how they accommodate each other. But it's not souls. You understand? It's soulless. There's certain sex acts that just have no soul to it. And all they got is a physical feeling, but ain't no soul. When you with a soulmate, all you got to do is look at her and feel good. You're gonna feel that connection. When you're down, she gonna know you down. She'll talk for everybody. She'll tell you when you ain't doing good. What's wrong? I'm all right. No, something's wrong. Talk to me. Don't mix up hardcore sex for love, for making love, okay? Two complete different entities, okay? Sex sells, love don't. You can make a pornographic film and sell that motherfucker and make your fucking millions. Okay, 1 million views, all the above. Nobody want to see two motherfuckers making love now. Nobody want to see a man and woman make love. They feel like that's gonna be soft. That's called soft porn. At least they tell you it's the porn ain't nothing but bad, but they gonna call it soft porn. Ain't that some shit? Making love is soft porn. You niggas don't want to know. Y'all barely want soft porn in your life. You'd rather have the rough shit. Ain't no soul doing that. It's soulless. Teach his own. Just telling you to understand the method of when it's presented to you. Understand the difference. A soul connection, a soul mate. You can't have a soulmate and y'all both got dicks and balls. It's impossible. You understand what I'm saying? You can't. It's like a plug, right? So if it's a soulmate, it's meant to be. Like I told you, it's like a nut in a bolt. It connects. You know what I mean? Two men can't physically connect. They could connect physically on the sense of, without a soul, like these niggas is on, doing what they do. But soulfully, the human private parts don't connect with each other. There's no hook for it. If you look at a vagina is made, respectfully, because I know the gay niggas gonna feel away. Probably sentiments here, but let's hear me out, right? A vagina, if you look at a vagina is made for a penis. That's what it's made for. Period. That's it. So when they complement each other soulfully, that's it. It's a connection forever. They connect through that. You can make a family like that. You can't make a family with two dicks. I'm sorry. Again, that's just my little opinion. I gotta slip it to each his own, but there's a difference. You see two women scissoring each other, they could scissor each other all the fuck they want. They can't make a human life. Can't do it. It's biologically impossible. It hasn't been done. It will never be done. And we ain't talk about artificial intelligence. We talk about nature. You can't do it. You ever look at a progression of a baby growing inside of a woman? That another woman ain't do that. I don't care what they told you. It could be the brat. Well, we did this. It's a man's sperm. It ain't a monkey sperm. It ain't a rat sperm. And it's a male sperm. That's why the baby's growing at 20 weeks and 30 weeks. You know what I mean? This is what they become. That's when the human genetics connect with each other. We do what we want to do. We want what we want to want, and that don't always make it right. What you like don't always make it right. How can I, now this is the question of the day. This is a great question. She said, how can I attract my soulmate because I never could? Everything I thought it wasn't. Now, this is a common thing. There's not a woman on this stage right now in this audience that cannot relate with that question. Well, you got to be a good analyzer. Get in touch with the soul. You can feel evil people around you. You could look at an evil person on television. You could look at a politician, know if a person's good or bad or ugly. So it's an art. We feel people. You watching your back. This one don't look right. I don't know about him. I don't know about her. This person's following me. That's all souls. So the more and more you connect with your soul, you will be able to pick up on the man that you attract. Because now once you start connecting with souls, you don't need to connect with a man through his looks anymore. You're not worried about his big arms or his nice hair. All he got to do is talk to you. And we ain't talking about what he does for a living and he's made this and that. That's, again, you don't have to have a soul to do that. That's all material. When you two are connecting, you will know. So how do you appeal to that? Again, you have to allow the mind to analyze, allow the mind to stimulate. Let the mind allow to stimulate. You understand? Stimulate it. So how does a man get challenged? Most men can't do that. So in a good way, it will keep the curtains open for a real motherfucker because most men are not going to be able to stimulate your mind. So if he stimulates your mind soulfully and you stimulate his back, nobody loses because you're both connected. But if he stimulates your mind and you just attracted to the nigga because he told you some sweet things through your ears, you're fucked. It's a big difference. So you may be reading one as souls and one as A soul. No, one is soul and one is soulless. Soulless. Less of a soul. He kicking game and Willy Bobo into your ears. That's not your soulmate. Your soulmate ain't gonna kick nothing. Y'all just gonna connect. And it's gonna feel magical. It's gonna be on both ends. And you're not gonna know he's your soulmate. Because he's gonna say he's your soulmate. His determination is gonna be different. I think I met the woman I wanna be with for the rest of my life. Because his soul's gonna tell him that. I've never experienced this. This is her. So to be appealing to him ain't all about your BBL and fat ass. And you can have a flat ass and be attractive. But the key is, it's not necessarily a method other than you starting to learn the stimulation of your mind. Once you get involved and learn how your mind stimulates and how it operates, you will be able to pick up a better zone of a radar of a man that you connect with that. You know what I'm saying? So case in point, let me give you a small example, right? I'm connected in my soul. So everything that I can feel, like tonight, right? Let me give you a good example. So I'm in the streets of Brooklyn. I'm in East Flatbush and like Canarsie. So taking some shit off the truck, me and my man and shit. This car comes down. The minute I seen the car coming down, I knew the nigga gonna be a problem. So as I got into the street and pulled the damn hand truck out, the guy slowed down. I turned it around. This nigga beeped the horn. Beep. Like, thought as if I was gonna hit his truck. And I turned around and looked and I said, keep going. The soul told me, keep going. This guy's gonna be a problem once you say one word to him. And I turned around and walked up and kept moving. The soul already told me when the car was coming down. How the fuck I'm gonna pick up on headlights? The soul was already telling me, listen, beware. Not only beware about getting hit, but the soul told me that something is gonna be, I'm gonna have a problem with this guy. Now, one thing about Brooklyn niggas, it ain't that they tough. Does everybody carry a fucking gun? Ain't nothing tough about that. Brooklyn niggas will shoot you. I love Brooklyn, but niggas in Brooklyn is some grimy, fucking dirty motherfuckers, man. Them niggas niggas, when a nigga pressing you in Brooklyn because he got a gun, nobody gonna press no man without having a pistol. That nigga had a pistol on him. And if I had said something, he would have shot me. That's what he fucking would have did. That's why he beeped the horn. He was bold. The soul told me that from the beginning to the end. Now, how is that for example, hot potatoes? Goddamn. Mickey Ben said it, Nate, I can tell you how much I appreciate the content. It's a mix of intelligence and humor with insightful info. I really appreciate that, Nate. And I really appreciate that. You know, I always tell people, I can't really explain how I get into these conversations because the soul just goes, right? Like I can't rehearse this, it just goes, right? So even when I'm funny, I always felt that funny people don't even know they're funny. You know what I mean? I remember there was this kid years ago, I used to produce comedy shows back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and there was this dude, Smokey. I was booking these niggas and never seen them perform. I swear to goodness. Even Patrice O'Neal, God bless his soul, look him up. That was my man. He was the first one to do one of my shows. Leslie, remember Leslie? You know Leslie, Big Les? You remember Big Leslie from the Saturday Night Live? Her, they was the first one to help me out on my shows. I never seen him perform. I could look at a person and tell a nigga's a fucking hilarious nigga. You know how you tell a person you should be on stage. So when people say, yo, Nick, you funny, I can't, you know what I mean? The soul's taking over. Because the next day if I watch the video, I can't even, I'm like, well, I can't explain that. I can't do that again because the soul, you know what I mean? The soul takes my body over. So when that soul is, the soul speaking. So now that could be family members that I've lost, friends, you know what I mean? Whoever the souls that are attached to me come through my body. You understand what I'm saying? So when y'all picking up all these things, I'm like, I didn't plan to do this tonight. You know what I'm saying? I knew I had to come to the studio. I literally had to come back and go to the studio because I said, I need to talk about this and the people need to feel, because I know how the souls are in here, especially in the studio. You know what I'm saying? So I thank you that you appreciate that, the intelligence and the funny. And that means a lot to me. Thank you. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to April. What up, baby? That is a beautiful compliment. I have to read that again. Nate, I can tell you how much I appreciate the content. It's a mix of intelligence and humor with insightful info. I really appreciate it, Nate. You know, to pan off that even more, you ever look at people that are soulless, they're giving up. There's just nothing there. And if you're a person of soul, you can pick that up instantly because you're like, well, you got soul. So if you got soul and a person's soulless, you could pick up on them quick. So you actually could help them because you're already 10 steps ahead of them, because you already know that if a person that got no soul, they don't got nothing, right? They got nothing to lose. So if you have soul and the soul is intertwined with the mind, body, and soul. That's why they told you mind, body, and soul. So what that means is basically when a man got your mind, then he got your body. But boy, he got your soul. You can forget it. That's it. I don't care what looks logical. Some of y'all, amen, y'all probably have family members that out here with the wrong one, they got because they soul. Soul is broken. Right doesn't exist to them. There was a term I used to tell people: when feelings are involved, it's too late. There's nothing you can do. It's not just feelings, it's the soul. The mind and body, forget, you could pussy whip a nigga through his body. Then it goes to the brain, and then it goes to that fucking soul. It's worse than cancer. Because once the soul is taken over, then the person is deceased. That's it. That soul is meaningless to you. It can't do shit for you. Because it left bad. It left damaged. That's why it's important to protect your souls. Read your souls. Learn how to intertwine. Learn how to read evil and good. The same thing I told you with that dude. I felt it. And I remember I said to myself, nope, he got a pistol. That's why he beeped. He looked at me. I looked at him, and he kept driving. Because at the end of the day, I said, I ain't no fucking fool. If I say something to you, nigga, you gonna shoot. And I can't get home tonight. Now, if I could replay that situation, I seen the car going and I felt that, I should have just let him go completely. Let him out of sight, out of mind. But what I did was I squeezed around my truck. He came behind. I swung the hand truck around, and I guess he thought I was hitting his shit, and he fucking beeped the horn. Like, yo. And I turned around, and then he fucking looked, and he drove off. The soul. There's evil souls, too. You gotta watch that. See, when you're able to pick up on souls, you can pick up on that evil motherfucker quick. I know evil souls when I pick up because I know my face. My mother used to tell me, God damn, we get on the elevator, your whole face changed because I could pick it up. I'm a soul reader. I know when somebody's a pile of fucking shit. I can tell. And I also can tell when a person's wasting my time. The brother that reached out to me, that's cool. He had my phone number. I don't just give anybody my phone number. My soul had to acknowledge something good in order for me to do that. But when I spoke to him as an update, I said, nah, his soul is going. He want to waste my time. Not one time did he say, you know what, brother, I'm going to talk to the mother. I'm going to talk to this woman. He didn't want to do none of that. He's a slave to that fucking goddamn Latin pussy. So he ain't going to ask her a goddamn thing. He probably bet off just letting the mother chaperone her. It ain't like he going to have another choice. If he was confident, he would have fucking put that shit right in the bud. But he took it personal and thought because he's a grown man, it was a violation of him. It wasn't a violation of you, nigga. She don't like you. And she don't want you with her daughter. And she's entitled to feel that way. Why can't she? It's her fucking daughter. She the one that gave birth to her. We don't look at it like that. You know, but if the daughter had to go in that fucking casket, who gonna be there that gotta deal with it? The mother, not his ass. All they want to do is take the daughter away from the mother. Well, goddamn, her soul's connected to her mother. The mother ain't feeling you for her. That's a problem. Now, again, you could do what you want to do, how you want to do it, when you want to do it, but I'm just letting you know that's not your soulmate. Allow the mother's soul to intertwine with yours. Maybe you have a chance. Maybe the mother overreacted. Maybe she realized, God damn, this is I hurt his feelings. You know what? He's a beautiful person. She may think you're beautiful, but how's she gonna do it if you're acting like a little fucking coward? You took it personal, shit out. You took it personal. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you, goddamn. You know, when you're living in a society that became a digital world, so now you're forced not to connect with souls anymore. Can't read people. You can't pick up on energy. Right? Energy. Can you see energy? No, you cannot. Can you see souls? No, you cannot. Cannot. You can feel energy. You know what I mean? Have you ever seen the wind? What does the wind look like? Can somebody tell me what the wind look like? Don't tell me no leaves in the sky. I ain't say what leaves look like in the wind. Can you tell me what wind looks like? Can you tell me what cold weather looks like? Can you tell me what hot weather looks like? You don't know what it looks like. You gotta watch the weather to find out what it is. And it's called energy. And energy never dies. It may multiply, it may weaken, but it never dies. You can't kill energy. So if you can't kill energy, you can't kill a soul. So nobody really dies. Nobody really dies. The body is not forever. So what's the point of going after somebody's body and mind when the soul is forever? They go for the soul. What did that pimp do to them prostitutes back in the day when they out there on that track? He don't do it to their goddamn body. He do it to their mind. Because when you're a pimp, you got to go for the mind. Then comes the soul. The body goes, the first thing that goes is the body once you get the mind. But you got to get the mind first. That's what a true pimp knows. See that fucking bozo, 53, like that guy had that shit old 52 years old. I'll be doing this to this girl. Yeah, that's a big child. 52 years old, he say he knocking boots on 7 girls. That's a goddamn lie. The only way he can do that is if he had all their minds in fucking tact. He damn sure ain't doing it to they pussies with his dick. That ain't happening. He's lying. And he knows I know he's lying. That's why I told him that's bullshit, nigga. Ain't no fucking way at your age, nigga. You better tell me you got a goddamn mind, because that's the only way you gonna get a pussy wet. And once you got a mind and you getting your pussy wet, then comes the soul. Now she ain't going no fucking where if you caught that. You got her soul, she ain't your soulmate. These niggas don't get it though. They got the game all fucked up because they still trying to fuck women with blue pills and trying to have her puff 10 nuts. Not gonna happen. You gotta do it to her mind, bozo. You can't do it to her mind because you can't stimulate your own fucking mind, so how you gonna stimulate hers? So you can forget the soul searching because you still looking for your soul. You popping blue pills. That's temporary. What you gonna do when that dick can't get up anymore? Y'all niggas better wake up. Energy lives forever. Want you to work on energy. Good energy. You heard the song. I don't let nothing bother me. Right, because it's good energy. Good energy. You ain't got to tell nobody nothing. You got good energy in your blood. Ain't a motherfucker could do nothing to you. You niggas is still trying to lay pipe on woman. Yeah, she bust 10 nuts in there. That shit is corny. That's whack. That's a child. I was doing that at 17 years old. I was fucking 30-year-old woman. I thought I was doing something because I was a kid. Then when I got older, I said, oh shit, this shit is deeper than that. Mind games, soul, two different entities, but very similar. One, you can't have one without the other. Mind, body, and soul. Say that with me, class. Mind, body, and soul. Some people have some bad situations. You could be brain dead, but the soul is still alive. As soon as that damn heart stops, the soul leaves the body. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, Valley. I appreciate that. So, man and woman, you do have a chance. Exercise your soul. Yeah, you can nurture the body, go to the gym. That's great. You know what I mean? Work out, do this, have that. Yeah, all that shit is eat good. Yeah. Treat yourself for the weekend. That's great. Embrace your soul. Start getting acquainted with your souls. Okay? Because tomorrow's not promised. You don't want your soul to leave this world and be nothing but a negative energy. Right? So learn how to connect with your souls. You can't connect with your soul. What good are you? I'm talking to y'all live. This ain't videotape. This is a live stream. Plus you can see me, hear me, all the above. The soul, yeah, is still doing something through this digital platform. But in person, it's a complete different experience. You see me in person, it's going to be like, oh shit, Nate, this is crazy. Because you're used to seeing me here. Now the souls connect because now we're face to face. When you see a celebrity, it's not that you're starstruck. You're seeing a person, the body. Now you want to see their mind if they speak to you. If they connect with you, now you want to see their soul, but you can see their body. You got one out of the three. That's still your head of the game, right? So here, digitally, my job is for you to connect with me to the best of the ability, right? Through a digital platform. So you're supposed to go to bed and say, you know what? I never thought of it that way. Think about it, ladies, when you have sex with a man. Does it feel good or does it feel good? Does it feel good because you got your itch scratched? Or does it feel good because you was with your soulmate? Now don't tell me no goddamn lies. You know there's a big goddamn difference. Don't confuse the two. Thank you, Pichella. That's right, April. Mind, body, and soul, right? Your mind, right? So think about how powerful that is. You're in a doctor, God forbid, somebody's in an emergency room. You've had it. What do they tell you? Brain dead. Once we pull this fucking cord, that's it. Now the heart is going on. You got a machine pumping that. The mind and the heart go together. The mind and the heart is your soul. That's what the soul was created from, right? Your body is your temple. So whatever you put in your body is your temple, right? Y'all seeing this good health. It's not just, it's sex, all that shit matters because that's your body. You're supposed to protect it. What you put in your body will come out, right? You put alcohol, it's gonna have to come out. It's gonna have to come out through your ass, it's gonna have to come out through your fucking poo-poo, your pussy, your dick. You understand where I'm coming from? So that's your body. You have to protect the body. But you gotta understand, sometimes that heart takes over that mind. You know what I mean? Sometimes that heart take over that mind. Sometimes the mind take over the heart. But it's supposed to work together because the soul works together. So once the mind, body, and soul is gone, all you got, you know what I mean? Once the mind, body, and soul is gone, then the person's dead, right? If you look at a person's mind, body, and soul, like, wow, well, they can't speak, there's a soul. Correction, the soul lives forever. That's why you have to correct. That's why you have to take care of the mind, body, and soul, because the soul lives forever. You got to purify that. It's like watering a plant every day. You got to put water in there. That's the only way it's going to sustain and maintain. You don't take care of that, and that soul, forget it. That fucking shithole will destroy you. Because he's going to go for the body first. Right? That's why he gonna go for the mind first because he got a kick game. He gonna go for the mind, he gonna go for that body, then he gonna go for that fucking soul. That's the goal. If your soul is protected, you gonna be like, well, nigga, listen, you just a fuck. You ain't my goddamn soulmate, nigga. That shit ain't gonna work here. He may think he had something. You like, nah, we did whatever, but you know what I mean? You and I my soulmate, boo. And he gonna be all fucked up. What you mean by that? He don't know because he don't know about his soul. He never had a soulmate. Watch how you read people better. You be able to read a motherfucker the minute he walk in the goddamn room. He don't got to say one word. You going to be like, goddamn, Nate, you so right. Mind, body, and soul. You got to protect what goes on your mind. You got to protect what's in your body. You damn sure got to protect that soul. Because the soul's going to be here longer than you. When you physically gone, when the mind is physically gone, the soul's still going around the world, blessing family, correcting this, taking it, saving them from this, saving this one from car accidents, shootings, all types of shit. Soul is busy. But what they tell you, when that devil's busy, you could forget it. You know what they tell you when the devil's busy? Because that devil go for that motherfucking soul fast. Okay? That damn devil, God, that's why they tell you when the devil's busy. Because the devil goes to your mind, body, and soul. So protect your mind, body, and soul before that fucking devil gets it. Goddamn. I appreciate y'all. Have a beautiful night. Love you all. Thank you, April. I appreciate y'all. Love you all. Have a good night. Peace.